Good day, my name is Daniel Mack, and the purpose of this presentation is to provide you with a high-level overview of the points discussed in the publication entitled Epidemiology and Etiology of Hepatocellular Carcinoma in Sub-Saharan Africa. As one of the most frequently diagnosed subtype of primary liver cancer, hepatocellular carcinoma or HCC is often used interchangeably to describe liver cancer disease. Liver cancer has one of the highest mortality-to-incidence ratio, or otherwise known as annual fatality ratio of 0.93 that is reported for human cancer worldwide, and is also ranked as the fourth leading cause of cancer-related death worldwide in 2020. Globally, the distribution of this disease is non-uniform, and of all the new cases that is recorded, the vast majority occurred in regions such as East and Southeastern Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa. So as to provide you with a brief background of Africa, it is the world's second largest continent, making up 6% of the Earth's total surface area. With over 1 billion people, Africa is the second most inhabited continent and accounts for 16% of the global population. However, the majority of the African population lives to the south of the Sahara Desert that covers the northern third of the continent. Although both Northern African and Sub-Saharan African countries share the same continent, they differ in regards to climate, ethnic, and cultural backgrounds of their population. In particular, as a consequence of historical migrations, Northern African countries are more closely tied to the Middle East and parts of Europe. Therefore, almost every distinctive feature of cancer in Africa prevails predominantly in Sub-Saharan Africa, and none more so than liver cancer. We now summarize the important points relating to the incidence and survival rates of liver cancer in Sub-Saharan Africa. In 2020, Sub-Saharan Africa had the fourth highest number of diagnosed liver cancer cases that is recorded worldwide after Southeastern Asia and Central Asia, with more than 38,000 new cases having been reported. Of all liver cancer cases in Sub-Saharan Africa, 77% are HCCs, and this varies between 60 to 88% depending on the region. In Sub-Saharan Africa, liver cancer is the second most common cancer in men and the fifth in women, with average age-standardized incidence rates of 8.5 and 4.4 per 100,000 persons per year, respectively. From the available data, it is evident that the survival rate of people with liver cancer in this continent is generally poor, wherein these rates are much lower than that reported in East Asia and the developed Western countries. To give you an example, South Africa, wherein the mean survival period of rural blacks is only 6 weeks from diagnosis and 11.2 weeks from the onset of symptoms. In the Gambia, the median survival of HCC patients was estimated to be 91 days. The 5-year survival rate of patients with liver cancer in Uganda has been reported to be 3.2%. These low survival rate and high fatality rates suggest that the recorded annual death from the disease is virtually the same as the number of cases diagnosed in the population at that time. This specifically highlights the inadequacy in the preventive, screening, and treatment programs that are currently available in the subcontinent. Variations in the incidence rate also occur between different countries in Sub-Saharan Africa, as well as regions. As shown in Figure 1, it illustrates that incidence rates are not uniform in the subcontinent. Western Africa and Central Africa have reported decreasing rates between 2008 and 2018, whereas East Africa and Southern Africa reported increasing rates in the most recent year. Even within Sub-Saharan African countries, the frequency of liver cancer is not equally distributed. This phenomenon is most obvious in South Africa, by way of example, where the tumor occurs more often at younger age in men and those born and reside in rural areas. It should be stressed that liver cancer in the Sub-Saharan African subcontinent are believed to be an underestimate of its true burden as a consequence of many instances where the disease is not either diagnosed properly or not recorded in the cancer registry. It has been suggested that the limited number of reliable cancer registries in sub-Saharan Africa, as well as the challenges that are associated with diagnosing the disease due to limited resources, are the major reasons for the underdiagnosis and underreporting. Sub-Saharan Africa continues to have low coverage of high-quality population-based cancer registration, with less than 5% of population coverage being reported. Most missed liver cancer cases were predicted to specifically occur in resource-limited settings. The disparities in the incidence and survival rates in sub-Saharan Africa compared to other regions of the world is a true reflection of the prevalence of major risk factors such as viral, environmental, and host-related factors. These are discussed further in the article should you wish to find out more with regards to the impact and the degree to which each of these risk factors play a role in the different countries or different regions of sub-Saharan Africa. But to continue, to give you a quick brief summary, more than 50% of liver cancer that occur in sub-Saharan Africa are attributable to hepatitis B virus or HBV. We also discuss in detail the predicament faced by many African countries who are constrained by their limited resources in the combat against the endemic levels of viral infection and synergistic environmental risk factors. These constraints are often the reason for only detecting the disease during the advanced stages of its progression, where resectability is only at between 1 and 2%, and remission or prolongation of survival are seldomly achieved. Liver cancer control efforts in sub-Saharan Africa are faced with a number of unique challenges in the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of the disease due to the multifaceted nature of the role of the risk factors as mentioned in the development of the disease. We here thank you for your time and attention to this presentation, and please feel free to drop an email should you have any questions.